Modern Publication, Class 5 English Grammar. Hello, my dear little shining stars. How are you all? I hope you all are doing really very well. My name is Shama Parveen and I am your English Grammar educator. So today with me, you all are going to start your Class 5 English Grammar. Okay. So in the screen, as you can see, this is the content which you are going to read in your grammar book. Okay. So the first chapter is sentence. Okay. In the first chapter, you are going to see about the sentences, how many types of sentences. Okay. Second chapter deals with phrases and clause. Third chapter deals with noun. In this chapter, we are going to see in detail, means in detail, we are going to see more about noun and about its types. Then fourth chapter named pronoun. Fifth one deals with adjective. Sixth one deals with verb. Okay. Seventh chapter deals with verb in its three tenses: past tense, present tense, and future tense. Eighth chapter deals with adverbs. Okay. Nine chapter deals with preposition. 10th chapter tells us about conjunction. Conjunction means joining words. 11th chapter is going to deal with interjection. Okay. 12th chapter deals with punctuation. In your previous class, in class 4, you already have studied about punctuation mark. Okay. In this chapter, you are going to see few more extra punctuation marks. Okay. Chapter number 13 is going to deal with apostrophe and contraction. And the last chapter, but not the least, deals with composition and comprehension. Okay. So total 14 chapters we are going to study in your class 5 grammar. Now in today's class, my dear student, I'm going to start your chapter number 1. The name of this chapter is sentence. So come with me and let's see. So my dear student, here you can see this is sentences. Okay. So what is the meaning of sentences? Let's see. A sentence is a group of words that conveys a complete idea. Now, what is the meaning of sentence? A sentence is a group of words which tells us a complete meaning of any kind of things, okay, or about any kind of idea. Second one, a sentence always makes sense. A sentence always makes a sense, okay. You can't write incomplete sentence and tell that sentence like, yes, I have completed writing this sentence, it is correct. No, if your sentence is sounding sense, okay, if your sentence is making sense, then only you are going to say that yes, this is a correct sentence. A sentence always starts with a capital letter, ends with proper punctuation mark, and middle of them, if you want, you can use apostrophe punctuation mark, comma punctuation mark, semicolon, or colon punctuation marks. Okay, so all this make a complete sense in the sentence. A sentence always starts with capital letter, you all know about it, ends with full stop, question mark, or exclamation mark. Okay, this three punctuation mark always comes at the end of the sentence. Then a sentence must have at least one doing word, that is verb. It is mandatory rule that if you say that my sentence is making a sense, it means you have to add at least one action performing word, that is verb word. Okay, so this is all about sentence. Now read this group of words. In the river, glass of water. This group of words make sense but not complete sense. This group of words are called phrases. See, this two group of words, in the river, glass of water, they are making sense. But my dear student, they are not a complete sentence. That's why they are called as phrases. Okay, they are called as phrases. Now read the following sentences. Useful is metal, iron A. Iron is a useful metal. These two sentences are different. Yes, absolutely right. Yes, the first sentence does not make any sense, but the second sentence does, because it follows all the rules of making a sentence. First sentence is useful is metal, iron A. This sentence not making any kind of sense. That's why this is a wrong sentence. But the second one, iron is a useful metal, it makes a sense. It means what? This sentence is right. Okay. Now, my dear student, we are going to see the fragment, that is incomplete sentence. Let's see. A fragment is a small piece of something. So a fragment sentence is just a piece of sentence. Fragment means what? A small piece of sentence. It means fragment is just only a part of the sentence. Fragment means not a complete sentence or not a whole sentence, but it means a part or portion or a piece of a sentence. It is missing a subject, predicate, or an independent clause. It's simply an incomplete sentence. Okay. In fragment, my dear student, you can't see any subject, you can't see any predicate, or even you can't see any independent clause. That's why they are considered as only a piece, only a part, or only a portion of the sentence. Okay. Now, fragment sentence can happen when you forgot an independent clause. So when fragment sentences are formed, whenever you forgot to add any independent clause, then that piece of sentence, that portion of sentence is called as fragment sentence. For instance, by itself, a dependent clause is just a fragment. Let's use a couple of the dependent clauses. Example, while he was dancing. While he was dancing, what happened? If he eats chocolate, then what? As you can see, each leaves an unanswered question. So let's complete them. So my dear students, see, whenever you see such type of incomplete questions, sentences like while he was dancing, this is incomplete. Here you don't know what happened. If he is dancing, then what happened? It is incomplete. Similarly, second one, if he eats chocolate, then what? It also left incomplete. Okay. So now let's complete it. While he was dancing, the dog drank fruit punch. This is a complete sentence. The dog will get a stomach ache if he eats chocolate. Complete sense. Okay. So here we completed the fragment by adding independent clause underlined, which made them into complex sentences. Okay, my dear student, here we added, okay, here we added independent clause to make a meaningful sentence here. Okay, so this is all about our fragment sentences. Okay, now see, every complete sentence has a subject and a predicate. If I am telling that this sentence is a complete sentence, it makes a sense. It means what? This sentence must carry a subject and predicate part, because sentence is divided into two parts, subject and predicate. Okay, so now we are going to see what is the meaning of subject. Let's see. Subject names the person, place, or thing the sentence is about. Okay, what is the meaning of subject? Subject means the name of the person, place, or thing which is mentioned in the sentence is called as subject of the sentence. The complete subject contains all the words that tell who or what the sentence is about. Okay, the complete subject tells us about whom we are talking in this sentence, what we are going to do in this sentence. Okay, the simple subject is the main noun or pronoun in the subject. On the another hand side, my dear student, if we are talking about simple subject, okay, it means what? We are talking only about the main noun or main pronoun. Example, you can see, my crazy cat climbed over the furniture. Here, cat is a simple subject mentioned in this uh, sentence, but my crazy cat, it is a complete subject. Okay, so I hope the subject concept is clear to you all. Now let's see the predicate. What is the meaning of predicate? Let's see. Predicate tells what the subject is or does. Predicate tells that what about the subject or what the subject does. Okay, the complete predicate contains all the words that tell what the subject is or does. Okay, so whenever we are talking about a complete predicate, it means what? It shows about or it tells us about the action performed by the subject in the sentence. A simple predicate is the verb of the sentence, and whenever on the other hand side we are talking about simple predicate, it means where we are only talking about the verb word which is present in the sentence. Example, you can see, wild pigs trampled the plants in the cornfield. This is the whole sentence. Here, my dear student, pig, here pig is your subject. Trampled is a simple predicate, but trampled the plant in the cornfield, it is a complete predicate. Okay, so this is all about sentences. Now come with me and let's complete the activity sheet number 1, which is based on subject and predicate of the sentence. So here, my dear student, what we are going to do, unscramble the groups of words to make meaningful sentence. Capitalize where necessary. Here, my dear student, the words are unscrambled. Okay, now we have to scramble them and make in a meaningful sentence. See, first one, this we visiting Assam are summer. So in what way we are going to rewrite this sentence? We are going to rewrite the sentence like this. We are visiting Assam this summer. Okay, so we are visiting Assam this summer. Full stop. Second one, first I quite happy was to receive prize the. I was quite happy to receive the first prize. Okay, so I was quite okay. I was quite happy to receive the first prize. Okay. Third one, I should have called you him liar not. Okay. So in what way we are going to write the sentence? You should not called him a liar. Okay. So you should not called him a liar. Full stop. Okay. Fourth one, I to the forgot letter post. So I forgot to post the letter. I forget to post the letter. Full stop. Okay. At the aim, the deer took hunter. Okay. So the hunter took aim at the deer. Okay. So the hunter took aim at deer. No. So the hunter took aim at the deer. The hunter took aim at the deer. Okay. Similarly, my dear student, you are going to complete 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with your own. Okay. Now, kinds of sentences. Okay, my dear student, now we are going to see how many kinds of sentences. Okay. So let's see. Kind of sentences. There are 4 types of sentences in English grammar, all of which can be formed in affirmative or the negative. In English grammar, my dear student, we have total 4 types of sentences, and all these 4 types of sentences can be formed under affirmative or negative, means under positive or under negative. Okay. So first of all, my dear student, we are going to see the declarative or assertive sentence. Okay. First of all, we are going to see declarative or assertive sentence. In your previous classes, I hope you remember, you studied about this. Okay. Now see, a declarative sentence starts or declares a fact. Okay. A declarative sentence states or declares a fact. It ends with a full stop. Now, what is the meaning of declarative sentence? As the word already shows, declarative sentence are those sentences which declare something. Okay. Which declares something, or which declares a fact which is present in the sentence. And as well as declarative sentences or assertive sentences always ends with full stop punctuation mark. Example, you can it follows the pattern. Declarative and assertive sentences always follow a pattern. Okay, but what type of pattern? See, subject plus verb plus object slash complement plus adjunct. Okay, so this rule followed by declarative or assertive sentences. Now here, my dear student, what is the meaning of complement and adjacent? Let's see. A complement is a word, clause or phrase that's needed to complete a given expression. Complement, okay, a complement is presented in the sentence in the form of the word, in the form of the clause, or in the form of the phrase, okay, which is needed by the sentence to complete its meaning. Okay, for example, every morning is a gift. In this sentence, my dear student, every morning is our subject. Okay, in this sentence, every morning is our subject. Okay, but is our linking verb and gift is a complement. Okay, Every morning is our subject, which is present in this sentence, is our verb, but gift, it is a complement. Okay, so complement means complement is a word which is present. Complement is a word which is presented in the form of the word or in the form of clause or in the form of phrases which gives or which completes the meaning of the sentences. Okay, so this is called as complement. Now what about adjunct? What is the meaning of adjunct? Let's see. An adjunct is an optional part of the sentence, clause or phrase that if removed or discarded will not otherwise affect the remainder of the sentence. Adjunct means, my dear student, the optional part of the sentence. Mean it is the optional part of any sentence. If they are removed, okay, if they are removed, there is no effect. Okay, there is no effect. Okay, there is no effect on the rest of the sentence. Okay, sentence still remains senseful and still remains completed. Okay, so complement means adding meaning. Okay, adjunct means if you are going to remove that portion of the part because they are extra. Okay, because they are extra part which is presented in our sentence. If you are going to remove this part, it means what? It didn't affect our sentence, still our sentence remain beautiful and meaningful. Example, you can see John helped Bill in Central Park. In, my dear student, in this sentence, the phrase in Central Park is an adjunct. Okay, so if you are going to remove this central part, still our sentence will remain meaningful. Like the boy were playing in the ground. I like ice cream. The question is tough. Adam loves cat. He doesn't like dogs. Okay, so this is all about our declarative or assertive sentences. Now we are going to see the second type of sentence, that is imperative sentence. Now what is the meaning of imperative sentence? Let's see. An imperative sentence gives a command, makes a request, or expresses a wish. Declarative sentence or assertive sentences means they are simply declaring an fact. Okay, imperative sentence means they are giving a order or they are requesting. Okay, so whenever a sentence is giving any order or whenever any sentence is making a request or expressing a wish, those sentences are called as imperative sentences. Just like declarative sentences, imperative sentences also end with punctuation mark, full stop. Imperative also follows the imperative also follows some formula rule like verb plus object slash complement plus slash adjunct. Example, go to your class, go to your class. It is a order. In this sentence, my dear student, it is a imperative sentence, but here this sentence is giving us order. Please lend me your pencil. This sentence is also a imperative sentence, but here we are requesting. Okay, have a safe journey. Here we are making a wish. Okay, don't pet the dog. Again, here we are giving a order. Okay, so any sentence which is giving us a command or which is making a request or which is making a wish, this type of sentences are called as imperative sentence. Now we are going to see the interrogative sentences. Okay, what is the meaning of interrogative sentences? Let's see. An interrogative sentence ask a question. So whenever any question is asking, whenever any sentence is asking a question, okay, it means what? That sentence is interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence, it ends with a question mark. An interrogative sentence always ends with question mark punctuation. Question follows the pattern. This interrogative sentence also followed a pattern like auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb plus object slash complement slash adjunct. Okay, so who has broken this desk? Where is Ria? Where do you live? Does Adam prefer cats or dog? Okay, so interrogative sentences means what? Any sentence which is asking you a question ending with a punctuation question mark is called as interrogative sentences. Now, my dear student, we are going to see the fourth and last part of sentences called as exclamatory mark. Now, what is the meaning of exclamatory mark? Let's see. An exclamatory sentence expresses sudden or strong feelings such as surprise, wonder, pity, sympathy, happiness, etc. It ends with an exclamatory mark. So, my dear student, any sentence which expresses sudden emotions or sudden feelings like happiness, angry, sad, sympathy, wonder, pity, etc. and etc. So, this type of sentences are called as exclamatory sentences. And exclamatory sentences always ends with punctuation mark, exclamation at the end of the sentence. Okay. Exclamatory sentence also follow a rule like, exclamatory sentences usually follow one of the following three-word order. My dear student, interrogative sentence, declarative sentence, and imperative sentence. All this type of sentences follow one simple rule. But exclamatory sentences follow three types of rules. Okay, either one of them. What a lovely cat you have. What plus noun plus subject plus verb. Then isn't it she lovely? Exclamation mark. Auxiliary slash modal verb plus subject plus verb. Which type of verb? Interrogative word order verb. Now how pretty your cat is? Exclamation mark. How plus adjective plus subject plus verb. Okay, so in this way, my dear student, we have seen there are the total 4 type of sentences. Now come with me, let's complete the activity sheet number 2, which is based on this sentences. Okay, so here what we are going to do, let's see. For read the following sentences and identify their kinds. Here, my dear student, okay, so here some sentences are written. We are going to read them first of all. Then we are going to identify that under which kind of sentence category they fall. First one, I have 2 pet dogs. It is declaring something. Okay, it is declaring that I have 2 pet dogs. Then it will comes under declarative. Okay, it will be your declarative. Okay, have you finished the report? Okay, it comes under interrogative category. Okay, it comes under interrogative category. Then where have you been all this while? Again, it will comes under interrogative category. Then it hasn't stopped raining since yesterday. Okay, so here, my dear student, it is making a declaration. Okay, so here we are going to write declarative. Then she leaned out of the window. Declarative. Listen to me. Okay, it will be your imperative sentence. Okay, it will be your imperative sentence. So rest of the you are going to complete. Now we are going to see the sentence types. Okay, simple, compound, and complex sentences. We are going to see this type of sentences. Now, what is the meaning of simple sentence? Let's see. A simple sentence contains a subject and a verb. Simple sentence means a simple sentence only contain a subject and a verb. It expresses a single complete thought that can stand on its own. Okay, in this sentences, my dear student, only single thought is expressed. Example, the baby cried for food. Okay, a simple sentence does not necessarily have to be short. It can have adjective. Okay, you can't unnecessarily short this simple sentences. They have adjective word. Example, you can see Professor Mohan's intelligent student completed and turned in their homework. This sentence may sound lengthier, but we are not going to make any cut in them. Okay, a simple sentence may have 2 subject and 2 verbs when both verbs share the same subject. Okay, in simple sentence, my dear, in the case of simple sentence, my dear student, sometimes what happen, they contain 2 subject also, they contain 2 verbs also. Okay, example, you can see Rohan and Ankit ate too much and felt sick. So here Rohan and Ankit both are 2 subjects. Okay, so this is our simple sentence. Now we are going to talk about our compound sentence. What is the meaning of compound sentence? Let's see. A compound sentence has 2 independent clause. Okay, in compound sentence category, my dear student, we can see 2 independent clauses are mentioned in our sentence. It contains a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. In compound sentences, my dear student, we have a subject and a verb. The independent clause are joined by a conjunction. Okay, so in compound sentences, if 2 independent clause are mentioned, then it means what? We need to join them. That's why in this 2 independent clause are joined by conjunction word. for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, etc. Example you can see. They spoke to him in English, but he responded in Hindi. I think I will try the red car, or I will lease the blue one. Okay, so this is all about our compound sentences. Now we are going to see what is the meaning of complex sentence. Let's see what is the meaning of complex sentence. A complex sentence is an independent clause joined by one or more dependent clauses. In complex sentences, my dear student, we have one independent clause, but more than one or two dependent clauses. Okay. A complex sentence always have a subordinate conjunction. In the case of complex sentences, we can always see subordinate conjunction. Okay, subordinate conjunction words like as, because, since, after, although, when, or relative pronoun is also present here, like who, that, which, when. Example, because my coffee was too cold, I heated it in the microwave. Wherever prices go up, customer buy less products. Okay, so this is all about our three types of sentences: simple, compound, and complex. Okay, now my dear students, come with me and let's complete the activity sheet number 3. Here we are going to do the exercise based on simple, complex, and compound sentences. So you can see A, read the following sentences while read the following sentences. Write simple if it is a simple sentence. Write compound if it is a compound sentence. Write complex if it is a complex sentence. Okay, we are going to read these sentences. Okay, then my dear student, try to identify these sentences are present in its simple or compound or in its complex form. Okay, so come with me and let's complete this activity. Okay, so first one is, we have to go to bed when the clock chimes 10 o'clock. So this sentence comes under complex sentence category. So here we are going to write complex. Okay. Second one, Jennifer liked William's friend and she also liked his cousin. It comes under compound category. Okay. Then the big brown dog ran after the blue and red ball. It is simple sentence. Okay. Then James and Eve rode their bicycle after they ate lunch. It is complex. The teacher and the principal met in the hall near the library. It is simple sentence. Okay. So my dear student, in this way you are going to complete the rest of the sentences. Okay. Now the B, label each sentence in the paragraph simple, compound, or complex. Here my dear student, our paragraph is given. You first of all you have to read this paragraph. Okay, according to each line, okay, you are going to write whether this line is present in its simple form or it is present in its compound or complex form. Okay, so the first line is, our basketball team is really good this year. It is simple sentence. Our coach is great because he has been coaching for years. It is complex. Robert takes a lot of shots, but he misses some of them. It is your compound sentence. Then, Johnny is fast since he also runs tracks. This is your complex. Then, Owen is an excellent shooter. Simple sentence. Then, Mark makes a lot of assists. It is also a simple sentence. Okay, my dear students, so the rest of the 4 filling the blanks you are going to complete. Okay, in this way we have completed our chapter number 1, which is based on sentences. Okay, my dear students, now you have to go thoroughly through this chapter and complete all the leftover exercises. Okay, now I'm taking leave and going to meet with you all in our next class with a new chapter. Till then, you have to take very good care of yourself as well as maintain a big smile on your face. Bye.